Well, good evening everyone, and greetings from Salisbury in Wiltshire to you all at the centenary dinner of the Young Life in Belfast. For those who don't know me, I'm called Roy Collins. I was involved in the East Belfast branch of Young Life when I was in my teens and 20s in the 1970s, and then went on to be one of the founder members of the South Belfast branch. I well remember when Dennis Glass invited me along for my first Young Life event. We went to a bit of a ramshackle shed in East Belfast down near Conswater, and a group of us met for a few minutes for prayer and then disappeared off the Belmont Road with questionnaires in our hands. And as a very young Christian, this was quite a new experience. And so I had to stop complete strangers in the street and ask them very personal questions about their life and faith, and indeed share my own personal testimony. Well, that was a somewhat abrupt introduction to what Young Life was all about. Learning by doing. And evangelism is very much, as we know, at the very core of what Young Life is about. Indeed, the motto is every campaigner a soul winner and every church an evangelizing centre. Young Life has got a great tradition. I was preaching in a little village church near Salisbury a few weeks ago, and an elderly lady well into her 80s was playing the organ, and she produced a hymn from me from the Young Life hymnal. And she then described to me that she had gone along to a Young Life group. One of the reasons I can't be with you tonight is that tomorrow morning I'm preaching in a little church in the town of Dameron in Hampshire. And she explained to me that the Young Life campaign met during the war in that very church. So the tradition and heritage of Young Life goes back a very long way, from when the Wood brothers founded it in 1911. When I was on the team in a Cork Speak Out, we had a fellowship evening one Sunday night, and we met some people who remembered the Wood brothers and the early work way back in the early part of the last century. So it's great to be part of this tradition. When I was at Queen's with Steve Wright and Mike Barry and others were there, it was very interesting that the head of the Christian Union organisation, Gavin Pantridge, who's now a lawyer in Belfast, was saying to us that one of the key hallmarks of folk involved in Young Life was their dedication and strength in leadership, and that Young Life trained leaders. For those of us who have been involved in Christian ministry and eldership and worship and in leadership through churches, we look back on that foundation that was laid to us by those early meetings in Belfast and other places with Young Life. And so I convey my warmest congratulations to you all. Again, sorry I can't be with you, but I'm sure you're having a whale of a time, and I hope that you enjoy some of the photographs, fun and fellowship that have been part of Young Life ever since most of us were little kids. All the very best, and may God bless you tonight.